Week 3 of the NFL season is in the books, and I'm not going to hold you guys. I got fucking molested this week. I got absolutely molested this week. Got my ass handed to me. This video should not be called NFL Recap. It should be called NFL Crashout, because god damn it, there are going to be so many crashouts in so many games. Holy fuck. All right, before we recap the games, let's recap my record. It is dog shit. 2-6-1, 2 wins, 6 losses, 1 push. We are down 4.24 units on the week. Ugh, disgusting performance by me. Absolutely pitiful. I apologize to everybody. My wins were the Panthers and Jaguars, only 2 teams that showed up to play for me. My losses, some of them were bullshit, but we'll go over it. Patriots, Rams, Titans, Cowboys, Giants, Ravens, and my push was the Chargers. I had a -3. They won by 3. Our overall record is disgustingly bad. It's 7-15-1, and we're down 8.79 units. But I promise, look, I promise I'm going to lock in on the NFL. For some reason, my NFL slate is just garbage, and my college ball is amazing. So if you're following my picks, just follow my college picks. My college picks are so much hotter than my NFL picks. NFL, I'm ass. I have not had one net positive week thus far. It's been 3 weeks. This week 4, I'm going to lock in. But before we get to week 4, let's recap week 3. We're going to start off with Thursday night football. It was a surprisingly decent game here. Dolphins versus Bills. Dolphins kept it close, actually for the majority of the game. Pretty much till the very end. It was 21-28. And Dolphins were driving. They were driving hard. It was actually on the Bills side of the field. And then Tua just, I guess the concussion, hurt his brain. His eyes were somewhere else. He can't see anything. Threw a horrible interception. Bills got it. Bills went into field goal range, kicked the field goal, went up by 10 points, and essentially iced the game. Now, good for the Dolphins for covering this spread. Actually, surprisingly, they covered it. They played very well. I was shocked by how well the Dolphins actually played in this one. But nevertheless, Dolphins have not won a game thus far. Bills look amazing. Bills look like the best team in the NFL right now. I mean, there's no other team, I would say, look as good as the Bills. 3-0, real strong wins. Even though Dolphins did test them here, it was one of those short week division games. That's what you expect. Good win for the Bills. Good loss for the Dolphins. But Dolphins need to win a game and get back on track. Next game. All right, now we get to the Sunday slate. We're going to start it off with the Raiders versus Redskins. I'm shocked by this game, and thank God I didn't bet this one, because I would have bet the Raiders, and I would have lost on this one too, thank God. Redskins balled out here. I mean, they balled out. Let's be honest. Who would have thought Marcus Mariota would play as well as he did? Mariota played amazing, amazing ball. They blew the Raiders out the water. Raiders offensively weren't all that bad, but the defense just was atrocious. Washington controlled this game pretty much from front to back. 41 points on the Raiders' heads. And it's like Raiders scored 24. That's pretty good, but not enough. Good win by the Redskins. Mariota looked amazing. Mariota looked better than JD thus far, which is saying something considering Mariota's old and washed and JD is the future. Raiders, I still have faith in this team. They're not making the playoffs. They're not making a big push, but they're one of those type of teams that I wouldn't mind betting on. Good value. I mean, obviously in this game, it was really bad value, but it is what it is. If the Raiders are big underdogs, you best believe I'll take them. I still have faith in Geno and Pete Carroll, even though both Pete Carroll and Geno's age is starting to show, for being honest. Next game, good win for the Redskins. All right, next we have the Colts versus the Titans. This is one of my official plays I got wrong. And this is one of the official plays, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not going to crash out about, and I'm not going to cope about, simply because it was fair, square win, right? Colts were better than the Titans, flat out. The Titans didn't play all that bad, but the Titans' defense just did not come up clutch when needed. Every single time the Titans would need to stop, they would just fucking die. Roll over and die. And the Colts, offensively, just every time went down the field, scored. Masterclass from Jonathan Taylor. I mean, absolute masterclass from Jonathan Taylor. He looked amazing out there. Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes, whatever you want to call him, has been unbelievable. Call me crazy, definitely in the MVP conversation right now. Right now. I know it's only been 3 weeks, and obviously a lot's going to change. And the Colts haven't really played a high-level opponent. but Danny Dimes in the MVP conversation after 3 weeks is insane. Good win for the Colts. Titans, you know what? I will crash out about this game. I said it's going to be the NFL crash out video, and I'm going to crash out. This is not going to be my worst crash out, but look, the Titans last year, for those of you that watched, you guys know I took the Titans against the spread a lot last year. And the way you would go for that season would be Titans would play well for the first 3 quarters and just fall apart in the fourth quarter and not cover the spread for me. Here, they didn't play well at all the whole game, but this is now 2 times. It's 3 weeks. I've already bet on the Titans twice, I think last week as well, and they failed to cover both times. Titans, I don't need you to win these games. Just cover the goddamn spread, you little bums. I hate you. I'm not betting on the Titans again. You're on my no list. There's a lot of teams on my no list, if we're being honest. But Titans, you little motherfuckers, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I had more expectations and more hope for you, but I guess not. Colts, great job. You're amazing. Let's see if you can beat a legit team. Then I'll give you the credit you deserve. As for now, you're beating up on the shittier teams. You're actually the front runner to win your division. At this point, I would take the Colts to win the AFC South simply because Texans look awful, Titans look awful, and Jaguars look extremely mediocre. We'll see. Again, the season changes so much. There's so much going on that it's like the shit that happens in September is going to be relevant in October, and the things that happen in October is going to be relevant in November. You guys know how it goes. NFL season is long. So much can happen. But as right now, Colts look good. Titans look dog shit. I'm done talking about this game. Next one. All right, next we got the first of many crash outs. A crash out you're probably expecting because you guys know how much my Jets hurt me. The Jets versus Buccaneers. Where do I start with this game? 3 weeks in, and we now have not one but 2 absolutely heartbreaking losses. It's not like the Jets are losing and getting blown out. I mean, they did last week versus the Bills, but now we have 2 games in which Jets look like they were going to win and just collapse. And my little heart gets broken. Jets suck. The Jets suck. They were getting worked in this game. It was like a 2-touchdown lead for the Buccaneers. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I stopped watching. Why would I put myself through this torture? Of watching the Jets just get their ass kicked every fucking week? I was watching something else. I think like Texans or Jaguars and Patriots, Steelers, shit like that. Better than this shit show. Why would I want to watch this nonsense? The Jets looked horrible. They couldn't move the ball. Tyrod looked like shit. All of a sudden, right, I'm keeping up with the score, obviously, keeping up with what's going on. Jets score a tud. All right, we're in the game. Jets score another tud. All right, we're in the game. It's 20-26. Yes. Guys, I wish I was lying. I genuinely wish I was lying, but I'm not. I switch off, I think the other games end, I think Jaguars, Texans, and Patriots, Steelers, and I switch off and I'm watching this game. They're about to kick the field goal, right? The Buccaneers are. They're in field goal range. It's 26-20. I'm like, typical. Jets make a fake little comeback. And Buccaneers are going to kick the field goal, go up by 9 points. It's over. It doesn't matter because not enough time for the Jets to get 2 scores. And either way, their offense is not competent enough to score twice. Will McDonald, old McDonald, the only man on this Jets defense who seems to care at this point because how bad this Jets defense played is part of the reason they lost. Jumps over, which I'm pretty sure was illegal. I don't remember. Last time I felt like there were rules set in place where you can't jump over the line. Again, the technicality of these field goals is too much with these leveraging and jumping over. It's too much. We need more set rules, but whatever. Jumps over the entire offensive line on the field goal team. Blocks the kick. Returns the kick himself. He blocks it, recovers it, and returns it. 70 plus yards for a touchdown. I'm going fucking crazy. The Jets need 1 extra point. They take the lead by 1 and are going to win this game. Aaron Glenn is running down the sideline doing his little dance. I know you guys saw it. It was funny as hell. He was going like this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The Jets are actually going to do it. The fucking Jets are actually going to do it. No way. Finally, my sanity can come back. I get to see a Jets win in God knows how long. I don't even remember the last time I saw a competent Jets win. Oh, wait, I do. It was on October 31st, 2024, but that doesn't matter. And of course, like clockwork, the Jets defense folds. I mean, just completely folds. Baker leads a sexy drive down the field. And of course, what else would I expect? The Buccaneers kick a game-winning field goal as time expires. Absolute heartbreaker. I don't know whether to be proud of this performance or not, because this performance was a blend of the first 2 weeks. Week 1, played very, very well. Amazing football, fell apart at the end. Week 2, we're never in it from the start, got completely dominated by the Bills. Week 3, a little bit of both, I guess. They suck in the beginning, clutch up in the end, and then fall apart right when you need it. I'm sick of this! I'm sick of this bullshit every year! Every year! The Jets can't keep doing this to me. Every goddamn year they fucking do this to me. We're 0-3. The playoffs are out of the question. This team is garbage. At this point, what am I supposed to say? Tank? We want the first overall pick so we can draft who? Sellers? I don't know. I don't even know. They're all bums at this point. Nussmeier? Oh my God. Oh my God. Why do they give me this false hope? That's the worst part. They give me this false hope, make me think they're going to win the game, and then choke as usual. Fuck the Jets. I hate this team. Why am I a Jets fan? Why do I live in New York? Why can't I be a fucking Eagles fan or some shit like that? Living in fucking Philadelphia or South Jersey or some shit. I don't even know. Anyone else. I'd rather be a fucking Cowboys fan than the fucking Jets fans. The guys, I don't think anyone suffers as bad as the Jets fans do. I'm telling you. We're so ass. All right, enough of the Jets crash out. Good win by the Buccaneers. They played well. They did collapse at the end there, and that is reason to be concerned. The big news for the Buccaneers in this one is Mike Evans has an injury. I think it's a groin injury. He should be out for a couple weeks. But at the same time, I wouldn't be too worried if I was the Buccaneers, simply because Ibuka has looked unbelievable. Diamond in the rough. I think by far the best receiver from the first round. I guess from the whole draft class. Him and McMillan, I guess you could say, are 1A, 1B. But Ibuka has looked so good this season thus far. Plus, Godwin is coming back soon. So, Buccaneers are fine even without Evans. Plus, their running game is amazing. Defense needs to do a little bit better because they did allow the Jets back into this game. And that should be mentioned, right? Garrett had a touchdown. Lazard had a touchdown. And the Jets almost won this game. Let's not pretend like they didn't. And, the Buccaneers were probably sweating their ass off. But at the end of the day, when you need a clutch drive, who else are you going to call but Baker? He did it this week. He did it last week. I mean, Baker does it every goddamn week at this point, it seems like. Clutch as hell. Good job for the Buccaneers. I really like this team. They have a very difficult matchup next week, but we'll get there when we get there. As for the Jets, I don't know why I do this. They just destroy my mental health. They make me question my own sanity at times. Oh, the goddamn Jets. Next game. Oh, talk about a crash out. The Rams versus the Eagles. Guys, you thought the Jets crash out was horrible? Oh my God. I've never in my life. I'm trying to think. I'm genuinely trying to think. I've been gambling now almost 4 years. I mean, I've been gambling now for like 10 years, over 10 years at this point. But I'm talking like real gambling, like real shit. Oh, like 4 years, let's call it. Almost 4 years. When did they legalize it in New York? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The day they legalized sports betting in New York, online sports betting in New York, is the day I started sports betting. 4 years. I've seen crazy losses. I've seen crazy backdoor covers. We've experienced some crazy backdoor covers in college this week with me losing USC and me winning Oklahoma. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. This was, I kid you not, the worst gambling loss I've ever suffered. And I'm not talking about money. It has nothing to do with money. This is not even close to the worst one I've lost money-wise. I'm talking straight about the fact of how this game went down. The Rams were flat out dominating this game. It was 26 to what? 7? If I'm not mistaken. I'm sitting there with my feet kicked back. I chalked up the Rams as a win. Mind you, I didn't have the Rams to win this game. I had the Rams to cover the spread 3.5. I'm like, oh, this is easy money. Like, Rams got this for sure. For sure they got this. And then the Eagles start mounting a comeback. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts remembers how to throw a football. They start playing better and better and better. All this accumulates with this. The Eagles take the lead somehow, some way, very, very late. It's 27-26. Again, I'm sitting there thinking, this is a win. I have Rams plus 3.5. I need the Rams to either win straight up or lose by less than 3 points. The Rams have the ball. They're driving down the field. The Rams are setting up for a field goal. I'm sitting there thinking like, all right, this is perfect. It's over. Rams make the field goal. They win the game by 2 points. Rams miss the field goal. They lose the game by 1 point. I don't know who it is, whether it's the Rams long snapper, the Rams holder, or the Rams kicker, because that wasn't what I'm about to say is not the first field goal incident they had in this game. Somebody needs to investigate the long snapper. Somebody needs to investigate the Rams special team unit, because I'm pretty sure they're gambling and they had money on the Eagles spread. I'm almost certain about that. As you guys may or may not know, the Rams fuck the field goal up and it gets blocked. Jordan Davis, that fat motherfucker. I will always have a special place in my heart for the hatred and despise I have for Jordan Davis from this point forward. Picks up the ball and runs it back. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you know, Jordan Davis is the Eagles' nose tackle, D tackle, whatever you want to call him. The guy's got to be like what, 6'4", 6'5", 200, no more, like 350, 300 somewhere. He's got to be over 300 pounds. This man returned a 60-yard touchdown. Remember, the Eagles were up by 1. They were up by 1. All Jordan Davis needed to do was fall down. There was no reason for him to return the touchdown. There was no reason for him to return the touchdown. He ran it back. He ran it back all the way for a ton. And the Rams did not cover the spread. I almost quit gambling. After a game like this, you sit there and you think to yourself, why? Why do I do this? Why do I put myself through this? Is there a reason for this insanity? The Rams were winning this whole game. They were up 26-7, and they did not cover the spread. They did not cover the spread as underdogs. The fucking Eagles, Jordan Davis specifically, because I guarantee most sane Eagles would have just fell down. Why didn't he fall down? I don't understand why he didn't just fall down. What was the reason for scoring the touchdown? To boost your own stats? You're a D tackle. Who cares? What was the reason for it? It had no effect on the game. Remember that, guys. This touchdown had no effect on the game. If he fell down, if he fumbled it, if he scored, whatever would have happened. As long as the Rams didn't score a touchdown or kick the field goal, which obviously they weren't going to kick the field goal because it got blocked, the game was over. The Eagles would have won by 1 point, and I would have covered the spread, and my week would have been as shit as it was. I would have went, 3-5 instead of fucking 2-6. Maybe I would have got lucky in some other games. But I know one doesn't have effect on the other. And they didn't. I'm telling you, I'm trying to genuinely think of some of my worst gambling losses. I don't think I've had one worse than this. I'm going to be honest, guys. I really don't think I'm going to have worse than this. I can't think of anything that's even comparable to this. Because here's the thing. If the Eagles were losing, they were down by 1, let's say, and they took it back, which, by the way, if they were down, no, they wouldn't have mattered. If they were down by 1 and they took it back for a touchdown, it would have been a tough loss, a hard pill to swallow, but I would have took it. It would have made sense. They have to score to win the game. What makes this one so much worse is they did not need to score that touchdown. It was not necessary at all. It was just like the cherry on top. All he had to do was fall down. The spread would have been covered. They would have won the game if he fell down or scored. Whatever. I'm talking in circles now. I hate this game. I hate this game. You thought the Jets crash out was bad? This is going to be an all-time crash out. Somebody's going to have to fucking clip this and post this shit all over TikTok because I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Good win for the Eagles. Eagles are pissing me off every goddamn week at this point. Every goddamn week. The Rams were the sharp play. People were saying, why would I pick the Rams? You're an idiot. Why pick the Rams? The Eagles are clearly better. The Rams were the sharp pick. The Rams were the right pick. And that's what I get for being sharp. Good win by the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles at this point. I'm getting real pissed off with the Eagles. Guys, I'm going to say something crazy, and you might think this is insane. I hate the Eagles more than the Chiefs. Yeah. I hate the Eagles more than the Chiefs. Something about those fucking Philadelphia fans. Y'all are so cocky. I'm sorry if you're a Philadelphia fan. Y'all are so cocky for no goddamn reason. And it's because of shit like this. Rams, I have nothing to say for you. Nothing. You are a complete disappointment. I hate you so much. When I bet on you, you never cover the spread. When I bet against you, you turn into God mode and cover every goddamn spread known to mankind. Oh, this Rams team just angers me so much. What a horrible loss. Games like these make me consider my life decisions. I'm going to be honest with you. One time I'm going to throw myself out the fucking window after watching some shit like this. I've been talking about this game for too long. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, what's going on here now? I have the Steelers versus the Patriots next, and it's like, I don't know, I'm not choosing how I recap these games. I'm kind of just going in order based on how it gives it to me. And I think they just want me to keep crashing out after every game. I'm starting to lose my voice. We're not even halfway done with the video. I don't even think we're close to halfway done with the video. Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. Steelers versus Patriots. I got to keep these runs short because I spent way too much time in these last two games. Look, Steelers versus Patriots. I had Patriots money line. It was a bad play by me. I should have done better. But look, at the end of the day, the Patriots could have won this game. They had 3 horrific turnovers. 2 of those turnovers were in the red zone. 2 of them. One, Drake May got his the pass tipped and it got intercepted. The other one, Ramondre Stevenson, this guy is brain dead, fumbled at the goal line. Imagine how different this outcome would have been had those 2 red zone trips turned into touchdowns. It would have been 28-21. The Steelers didn't necessarily outplay the Patriots. The Patriots outplayed their Patriots. That's the best way to say it. The Patriots shot themselves in the foot and just made stupid mistake after stupid mistake. The Steelers won the turnover battle, and that's exactly why they won this game. I'm not giving credit to the Steelers for this win. This wasn't a Steelers win. This wasn't a Steelers masterclass. This was the Patriots being so fucking stupid and making dumb mistake after dumb mistake, and that's why they fumble the ball all the time. Interceptions, horrible plays. Good win for the Steelers. I'm not going to take anything away from them, but Patriots should have won this game. I should have cashed on this one too. There's so many games I should have cashed on. I can't do this anymore. I can't. NFL is not my strong suit anymore, clearly. I'm a college football guy now. There's a reason I call myself college football, right? I am college football. I'm going to have to start printing fucking t-shirts that say I am college football. And I'm going to make another t-shirt that says I'm not the NFL and I get murdered in the NFL. Oh my God. I need a fucking... My heart rate, my blood pressure is probably through the roof, and I'm a young man. I mean, relatively speaking. I mean, to some of you guys, I'm considered unk, but, you know, in the grand scheme of things, I'm considered a young man. But yeah, my blood pressure is probably God knows how bad right now. If I have a heart attack today, if the president's video does not come out, you know why. It's because I had a heart attack. Okay. Good win for the Steelers, bad win for the Patriots. Patriots, you're on my shit list. I hate you so much. You should have covered this spread. We're going to start speeding things up. I'm done. Next game, Bengals versus Vikings. This was a very interesting game here. Joking, obviously. Bengals got destroyed. I mean, absolutely destroyed. Vikings molested the Bengals. This was a crime. The Minnesota Vikings committed a homicide against the Cincinnati Bengals. Where did the Vikings play bad? Their defense looked spectacular. I don't even know how many turnovers they forced, but they had so many turnovers. So the defense was locked down. Carson Wentz turned into prime Carson Wentz, thinking it's 2017 again when he had that MVP season, almost MVP season, we'll say, with the Eagles. And the Bengals just looked atrocious. Let's keep it a buck here. I still have faith in Jake Browning. I almost said Joe Browning. Jake Browning, but it's tough because he struggles, and his biggest problem is turnovers. And if you're committing these turnovers over and over and over again, you're never going to win. Never. It's impossible. And that's why the Vikings flat out dominated this one. I didn't watch this one. I'm not going to have much analysis here. Vikings were better in the pass game. Vikings were better in the run game. And Vikings were sure as hell better on defense. I'm not going to chalk this up as Bengals are done. But they need to limit turnovers. And hey, is it time to say that J.J. McCarthy might be a problem in Minnesota? Because KOC is a quarterback whisperer. Anyone he brings in balls out. If you can make Carson Wentz play like this, then you're doing something right. So yeah, all credit due to the Vikings. Great game. I should have bet the Vikings, but who would have known Carson Wentz turns back the clock. Good win for them. Next game, Texans versus Jaguars. One of the games I actually got right this week, and this was a shit show. This game was a shit show. Both of these teams somehow deserve to lose. Neither of these teams deserve to win. They both deserve to lose. Horrible performance by the Jaguars. Horrible performance by the Texans. CJ Stroud needs to be studied. The collapse of CJ Stroud genuinely needs to be studied. What happened? I mean, I get it. Sophomore slumps happen. But he looked horrible last season in his sophomore year. Now his third year, and he looks even worse. Some of these throws he's making are just god-awful. Some of the interceptions I saw him throw an interception this week and against the Jaguars, and it was just, oh my God, like, where are you throwing? Davis Mills at this point, the backup for the Texans, could make a better pass than that. Jaguars are not much better. Jaguars were doing everything possible to allow the Texans back into this game. This was a game of two teams that have no business winning games at all. Colts are going to dominate this division if these two teams are considered the next best teams. And it's like they look awful. Both of them just look awful. Jaguars couldn't do shit. Texans couldn't do shit. And it's like Jaguars barely squeaked out a win versus the Texans. Embarrassing on both sides of the ball. But lucky for me, I had Jaguars money line. Even though I was contemplating taking Texans. Because Texans are now 0-3 and their back is against the wall. Compared to the Jaguars, who I think are what? 2-1? Yeah, Jaguars are 2-1. So obviously it matters more for the Texans than the Jaguars. Considering Jaguars could have easily been 3-0 had they not choked last week versus Bengals. But it is what it is. Jaguars covered. Jaguars won for me. Thank God. I needed something to go through the hoop after all this bullshit I went through. Next game, let's talk about, this is a very interesting one. Packers versus the Browns. Sloppy game. Disgusting all the way through. But most importantly, choke job. That's the best way to describe it. Choke job. Packers were up 10-0 and just took their foot off the gas. Miracle here. It's crazy because Browns come back. It's 10-10. Packers are driving. Essentially control their own destiny, are milking the clock, are going to kick a field goal to ice it, and then boom. It's blocked. So many blocked kicks, by the way. There was so many blocked kicks this week. I don't know what was going on in the NFL, like the blocked field goal fest. But yeah, Browns block it, set themselves up in field goal range, and boom. Kick the field goal, walk it off, and beat the Packers in a huge upset. 7-point underdogs. They were plus 350 on the money line. I hope you did not have the Packers in Survivor. I didn't, thank God. I'm still alive in Survivor. But I guarantee a lot of people were eliminated because of this Packers pick. You know, I'm not out on the Packers. This was a letdown spot for them. They clearly overlooked the Browns, thought it was going to be easy, and didn't play to their potential. I think this Packers team is still very good, and I still would consider them a front-runner to win the Super Bowl. This is a disappointing loss, and those type of losses do happen in seasons like this. I'm not going to take anything away from the Packers. All this tells me is that the Browns are better than we thought. And, you know, I keep saying this, but I never bet on them. I don't get the balls to bet on them. I'm going to eventually. Browns' defense is good. The Browns' defense is very, very good. And if their offense could just, like, kind of sort of keep up, this team is pretty decent. Like, the Browns' D I would say the Browns' D is what, top 5? Definitely top 10? Serious performance here by them. They're the reason they won this game, right? Packers could have put 30 on the Browns head top and none of this would have mattered. But the defense kept them in the game, and that's why they were able to win in a game-winning field goal. Sleepy Joe Flacco knows what he's got to do. Good win for the Browns, but it's not an overreaction for me for the Packers. I'm not going to overreact because I still think the Packers are frontrunners to win the Super Bowl, and I guarantee they're not going to have these type of mental lapses versus better teams and teams that they expect to match their level. So, good win for the Browns. Tough loss for the Packers. I would be crashing out more if I had the Packers, but I kind of knew it was a trappy game, so I didn't take the Packers spread. I didn't take the Packers money line. I had nothing to do with the Packers. So, good lucky me. Next game, my second and last win, the Falcons versus the Panthers. I read this game so right. I know my boy, whoever you are in the comments, I forget your name. I think it's Pocket Jake if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong, though. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. You're a beast. You're always on the Panthers. I see you're a big South Carolina fan. Yeah, you told me put all my money on the Panthers. I didn't put all my money on the Panthers, but I put a good amount on the Panthers to cover the spread, one unit, like I said in my official plays. And yeah, they covered the spread. They bageled the Atlanta Falcons. That legitimate bagel. Absolutely fantastic performance from the Panthers. The defense played great. Offense played great. Bryce Young looked amazing. Should we be concerned about Michael Penix Jr.? I don't think so. But this was a horrible performance for the Falcons. Reason to be concerned for sure. I'm pretty sure in the end they ended up benching Michael Penix Jr. And I mean, who wouldn't? 30-0 against the Panthers is insane. But finally, my theory is correct. This Panthers team is a lot better than advertised, and I'm happy to take them against the spread. They choked for me in week 1. They haven't been great for me, but they redeemed themselves. A win like this, they completely redeemed themselves. I'm big on the Panthers again. I hope they're going to be big underdogs versus anyone they play, and this way I can bet them. They'll cover for me, because Panthers are underrated. I'm telling y'all. Panthers are underrated. Chuba Hubbard is nice. McMillan is nice. I like the Panthers. I really do. Give them a lot of credit. Good win for the Panthers. Next game. We got this game I'm going to be talking about real quick. Saints versus Seahawks. Yeah, belt to ass situation in this one. Seahawks absolutely obliterate the Saints. I'm happy the Seahawks won this big. I like the Seahawks. I genuinely think they're a front runner to win the NFC West, especially with the Rams constantly choking and the 49ers team being in the ICU. I mean, literally this entire 49ers team is in the ICU, even though they somehow managed to win games. We'll talk about Niners in a second. Good win for the Seahawks. What's there to say for this one? Seahawks won big. They were big favorites, won big. Saints suck. We knew Saints were going to suck. They're without a doubt the worst team in the NFL. This is clearly a reset year for New Orleans. They're going to probably draft a quarterback, or eventually they'll have to bench Spencer Rattler and play Tyler Schlau, however you pronounce it. He's decent, and we'll see if he can be, a real starting quarterback. I don't think so, but it is what it is. At least you got to give the kid a chance. As for the Seahawks, yeah, you're legit. I know you're legit. I have faith in the Seahawks. I'm dead ass when I say that. Yeah, good win for them here. What's there to say about this one? Next game, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. This was an interesting game because this could have been a letdown spot for the Chargers. And it sucks because if you see the spread in right here, it's 2.5. But when I recorded the video, it was 3. So if I got it at 2.5, I would have counted as a win for me, and I would have gone 3-6 instead of 2-6. But, that's not the way the world works. I got the fucking Chargers -3, and that was a push. They won by a field goal. It was a back and forth type of game because at first it looked like the Chargers were going to pull away. They were up a little bit, like 10 plus points. Broncos complete the comeback, take the lead, looking like all the momentum's in their favor. Broncos are going to go and win this game. Chargers come back, get all the momentum back. It's 20-20. Justin Herbert, the man is turned into something else. He is just rock solid, ice cold. His veins are cold as hell. The man just leads this beautiful drive down the field. The way he threads the needle and finds his receivers, puts it right on their chest. The man is a stud. He's an absolute stud. Looked amazing. Looked absolutely amazing. Got to give all the credit in the world to Justin Herbert. They won this game on the game-winning field goal. Looked really good. They're 3-0 now, in firm control of the AFC West. Things can obviously change. Now, the injury concern with the Chargers is getting serious. Najee Harris, their backup running back / starter, it was like a 1A, 1B situation with him and Omari Hampton. He's out for the year. He snapped his Achilles. Really bad injury. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but it was like when he was taking off. You can see it. That's the worst part with the Achilles injury. You can see that shit snap in his leg and it just shoots up. It was disgusting. He's out for the year. Might never be the same again. Earlier they had Rashawn Slater, their star left tackle. He's out for the year, or right tackle. Is Slater on the right or the left side? Whatever, it doesn't matter. He's out for the year. Becton was injured. So the injury concerns are starting to pile up for the Chargers, and if the offensive line keeps falling apart, that's going to be really, really bad because Herbert's going to be running for his life, plus the run game won't be as efficient. But as of right now, Joe Alt is still there. The overall team and the overall O-line for the Chargers is still pretty solid. They're a good team. I have faith in the Chargers to continue to roll, continue to win. Good win for the Chargers and good effort by the Broncos. Broncos is the team where they overachieved last season, and this year they're kind of meeting expectations. They're 1-2 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, because they had the heartbreaker to the Colts last week. So they're 1-2. Haven't looked all that great because even their week 1 win wasn't that impressive. So I'm still waiting to see the Broncos in form. The D is good, but it could be better. So, Broncos will have to see what happens with them. Next game, Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. Man, these Niners are something else. Just when you think they're done, just when you think they're out, they fucking pull themselves out the grave and win the game. Sloppy game here. This was an extremely sloppy game. Both of these teams played horrible. The big storyline in this game, there's two. The big one is Marvin Harrison Jr. Is he a bust? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is he a bust? He looks like a bust. Some of these drops are atrocious. He had two massive, massive drops. And one of them was like, he was standing there wide open and it just went through his hands. And it's like, type of shit like that can't happen at all. The touchdown pass, what he dropped was bad. But that one drop, you guys know, in the middle of the field, he was just standing there completely butterfingers. Horrible. And the other big storyline in this game, the star of the Niners defense, the life, the soul of this D, Nick Bosa, is out for the year. I forgot what the injury was, Achilles or ACL. Out for the year for sure. He's not coming back from that. Man, this Niners team, it sucks. They can't catch a goddamn break. Honest to God, they cannot catch a goddamn break. Every year, it's just the same old story. Think about it. Receivers are banged up, right? Ayuk is out. Jennings is out. Purdy's out. Everybody's just hurt. Kittle's out. Now you're losing your star edge rusher in Bosa. Everybody's just dying. They're dying on the field. Yet they still managed to win these games. They won this game, did what they had to do. This is going to be huge. But in the long run, I don't see the Niners going far simply because the injuries are piling up and it's week 3, about to be week 4. Your star player is out. Kittle is on IR still. Purdy, we don't know when he's coming back. And even Mac Jones is banged up. So yeah, it was a good win for the Niners. Hard fought, good effort, but Niners are not going to last, if we're being honest, because the injuries are already getting bad. I don't know what's going on with this athletic training staff for the Niners, but somebody needs to be investigated because these guys get injured way too often. As for the Cardinals, I'm starting to believe the Cardinals are kind of fraudulent. They're not all that good, and they kind of had losses that is like, ugh. This is a loss that's like, ugh. They should have won this game, should have outplayed the Niners, and of course they fall apart, choke it, and lose it. I think Niners win on a game-winning field goal. Yeah, I'm not sold on the Cardinals. I don't think they're all that good. So that's my analysis for this game. Next game, we have the Chicago Bears versus the Cowboys. All right, look, let's start off with the fact that this Bears team is decent, but not decent at the same time. I don't think this was necessarily an impressive Bears win. I think this was an absolutely atrocious Cowboys loss. First of all, losing CD Lamb in the fourth play of the game says it all. First drive, I should say. Without CD, they couldn't do anything. They needed that star player. George Pickens was crashing out on the sideline. Even though George Pickens didn't have a horrible game, it was not great, but it wasn't bad. And, the offense just clearly looked out of sync without CD. But forget about the offense. No one cares about this Cowboys offense. It's the defense. This defense is, I think, without a doubt, the worst in the league. They made Caleb look like a superstar. Caleb was out there carving up the Cowboys defense, looking like an absolute superstar. But again, I don't think it's Caleb coming to life, Caleb beating the bust allegations. It's Caleb beating the shittiest defense in the league. The Bears simply outplayed the worst defense ever. The Cowboys D is Swiss cheese. They just allow everybody to just walk right through them. They have so many holes. It's so bad. If the Cowboys D doesn't step up, season's over. They're not winning these goddamn games. If you're losing to the Bears this badly, god damn it, imagine how bad you're going to lose to an actual good team. You see, when the Cowboys defense played well against the Eagles, they kept it close. It's just the Eagles were a lot better. Cowboys D played atrocious, and the Bears worked them. Matt Eberflus looked like an idiot once more because he's the Cowboys D coordinator. Yeah, I can't believe I had Cowboys as an official play. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have took them. I shouldn't have took anything in this game. But as for the Bears, I'll give credit where credit's due. Caleb, oh, shit. Hold on. All right, sorry, it went a little blurry there. I'm going to have to get some kind of like background or some shit like that. Maybe like a green screen. But then it requires too much goddamn editing with this green screen and shit. Maybe I'll buy a better camera. I don't know. I'm a broke motherfucker. I'm broke after the Rams. But yeah, back to the game. Caleb, like I said, round of applause. You played fantastic ball. Looked really good out there, carving up the defense. Everybody for the Bears looked amazing. I mean, Aroma Dunze looked great. Luther Burden looked great. DJ Moore looked great. DeAndre Swift looked great. Everybody looked great for the Bears. But again, I'm not going to take this as the Bears are impressive, more so as the Bears outplayed a weak Cowboys defense. I should crash out for this game, but I have nothing to crash out about. Good win for the Bears. Tough loss by me. I'll take this one on the chin. Speaking of games I won't take on the chin, the Sunday Night Football game, the Chiefs versus the Giants. The Giants, first of all, Graham Gano, what the fuck is going on? You're the only kicker that continues to get injured pregame and fuck the Giants up every goddamn moment afterwards because they can't have a replacement kicker that fast. And it's like, holy shit, what the fuck are you doing in these pregame warmups, Graham Gano? But nevertheless, forget about the pregame warmups, forget about Graham Gano. The Chiefs did not look good in this game. They didn't. And the Giants had so many opportunities to win this, or at least cover the spread! They could have covered the spread! And what happens? Oh my God. I want to talk about this last, drive, if you want to call it that. Look, Chiefs, I'll talk about Chiefs quickly and then I'll talk about the last drive. Chiefs played well, not great. They didn't look all that good. They did what they had to do to win this game. The defense stepped up, but let's keep it a buck. Scatterboo was playing very, very well. And if the Giants quarterback had a little bit more brain power, they would have covered the spread and maybe even won this game. Long story short, I forget what it was. I think it was this exact score, 22-9. It's the Giants ball. The Giants are in the red zone, dead ass in the red zone. It's 1st and goal. They have 4 chances to score a touchdown. If they score a touchdown, convert the 2-point conversion, they lose by 5. If they score a touchdown, kick the extra point, they lose by 6. That's a push for me. So I'll take at the position like this, I'll take a push all day. Out of those 4 possessions, let's go over what Russell Wilson did. Throws the ball completely out of bounds, I'm talking miles out of bounds, gets called for an intentional grounding. A designed QB run that doesn't get anywhere. 3rd and goal, throws the ball out of bounds. 4th and goal, with literally nothing to lose. I mean, nothing to lose. 4th and goal, nothing to lose. He throws the ball out of bounds. You have 4 opportunities to score a touchdown. 3 of them, you throw the ball out of bounds, and 1 of them you have a designed QB run. I would have crashed out on Danger Russ, a.k.a. Mr. Unlimited, a.k.a. Mr. Limited, if we're going to be honest. He is Mr. Limited. Harder. But luckily, earlier today, I found out that, oh shit, again, the fucking camera was acting a fool. I hate this bullshit. So much. Today is not a good day. This week has not been good for me at all. I would have crashed out harder, but I found out Jackson Dart is going to be starting next week. Not that it matters. They're playing the Chargers, so belt to ass situation there either way. But at least Dart is starting over Wilson. At this point, I think Jameis Winston would be better than Russell Wilson. You bum. Who throws it away on 4th and goal? Why throw it away? At least try to make a throw. Malik Neighbors was nowhere to be found here. Good job by the Chiefs defense. The one thing you could say about the Chiefs defense, the Chiefs team in general, that's positive is the Chiefs defense. The defense looks amazing again. The offense just looks god-awful. Mahomes made some weird throws, not the right decision. Run game was not great. Weird fumbles at times, super weird behind, backwards passes. Why even make the throw? Pacheco's flipping around, turning his back. I don't know what he's doing. Travis Kelce's nowhere to be found. The man is focused on his wedding. Clearly does not give a fuck about football anymore. And, missing Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy is clearly showing because Hollywood Brown's a bum and pretty much every other receiver on this goddamn Chiefs team is a bum. I'm done with this Chiefs game. Fuck the Giants. I don't know why I even thought they'd cover the spread. And the funny thing is they could have covered or pushed if Russell Wilson was not brain dead. And Graham Gano also was not fucking made of glass. Final game, Lions versus Ravens. I should crash out here as well because I did have the Ravens -4.5. And I really, really thought the Ravens would outplay the Lions. But the Ravens defense was just disgustingly bad. Disgustingly bad. I mean, disgustingly bad. The Lions offense just rolled them. Amon-Ra was cooking them. Montgomery was cooking them. Everybody on the Lions was just cooking them. I get the Ravens defense was banged up, but come on. Marlon Humphrey, oh my God. Marlon Humphrey got cooked so badly in this game. Lamar is holding the ball for way too long, making dumb decisions, taking stupid sacks. The amount of sacks Lamar took was so bad. He couldn't run, couldn't do anything. And the Lions flat out outplayed the Ravens. Derrick Henry, the choker. I never thought I'd say Derrick Henry's washed and choking, but another, not the first time, costly, and I mean super costly fumble. That's 3 fumbles in 3 games. By the way, he had 3 fumbles all of last season, so that goes to show how Derrick Henry's playing. But again, super costly fumble, and even after that fumble, the Ravens had a chance to tie up the game. Still, they failed and fell short. The worst part about everything is if you look at this overall game, the Lions had not one but 2 drives that started, I think, inside their own 5-yard line. And they essentially had 2 95-plus yard drives, long drives for a touchdown. Easy money for the Lions. I mean, no question about it. No question about it. Lions completely outplayed the Ravens. Ravens are dog shit. Fuck the Ravens. The Ravens should be extremely concerned because now their next game is versus Kansas City. Both them and Kansas City are 1-2, and that could be very, very bad for both sides there. It is what it is, man. Fuck the Ravens. Good win by the Lions. I underestimated the Lions. Maybe Dan Campbell is the reason the Lions are good and not the coordinators. Dan Campbell still has balls of steel. I mean, his balls are made of metal. His balls are so big they're hanging on the ground. The man just goes for it every time and fucking comes up with it. Now, if he keeps doing this shit, it's going to cost him. We said it last year. We've been saying it. He can't keep doing it because it will cost him. He needs to start being a little bit more conservative. But on a game like this on Monday Night Football, it clutched up. Good win for the Lions. Ravens, I'm honestly so gassed after all that screaming in this last hour or so I've been recording, less than an hour, that I can't even scream at the Ravens. But quick one, I'll do a quick little crash out. Ravens, you suck! Ravens are bums! I hate you! Why did I even bet on the Ravens, you bum? You have a fucking running back playing quarterback. That's my recap of week 4. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's my recap of week 3 of the NFL season. My voice is starting to go. I'm starting to completely lose my mind. If I fucking continue to lose gambling in the NFL, I'm going to die. No, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. That sounded a little bit more darker than I need it to be. I'm not being literal when I say that. I'm going to go crazy. Stop betting on the NFL. If you're actually tailing my picks, my question is why? If you are tailing, tail college football. NFL is kicking my ass. At this point, my goal at the end of the season is to finish above 500, which seems impossible at this point. It is what it is. Let me know your thoughts on this week's NFL slate. The recap of week 3. Did your favorite team win? Did your favorite team lose? Did you crash out? Did you have the Rams plus 3.5? Let me know in the comments down below. See you next time.